Hi, I'm Michael Musto, and you're watching The barryz Show. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays to barryz and everyone who watches him. I'm Tammy Grimes.
I'm Joel Vig, and happy holidays to everyone watching the barryz Show.
Hi, I'm Jessica Grove, and you're watching barryz. Happy holidays.
Hi, this is Jim Dale, and Merry Christmas from the barryz Show.
Hi, it's barryz from the barryz Show at the National Arts Club with a big inspiration of mine, Tony Walton, who's getting a Lifetime Achievement Award here tonight.
Thank you, Barry. It's such a pleasure to be with you.
It means a lot to you, doesn't
Thank
it?
you. This evening is a total shock and a total pleasure.
And you deserve it.
Thank you.
Happy holidays. Hi, it's barryz from the barryz Show at the National Arts Club, celebrating the Lifetime Achievement Award to Tony Walton with Joan Copeland. Hi, Joe.
Hi, how are you? Nice to see you again.
Honored meeting you.
Well, I'm honored to be here. Really was
I'm a big fan.
Thank you. We could use a lot of those.
Have you worked with Tony Walton before?
Well, yes. When he first came to this country, he did the sets for a show that I was doing, a Noel Coward play with music that I did.
So touching to hear your speech tonight and hear that song you sang.
Oh yeah. Advancing years that many dread still have their compensations. Return when youth and passion have fled to more sedate sensations. I'm doing some readings of works of my brother, and there's some wonderful play.
Your brother's name is?
Was Arthur Miller. He's gone now. Yeah. So I'm finally getting
Very close, of course, to Marilyn Monroe.
Yes, yeah. We liked her very much. She was lovely.
Hi, it's barryz from the barryz Show at the National Arts Club, celebrating a Lifetime Achievement Award to Tony Walton with Anne McGovern and Margot Astrakhan.
Yes.
What happened to your leg?
A gentleman who said his name was Rappaport, I guess he couldn't afford a first name, said, I'm really not feeling very well. This is on Park Avenue, a good neighborhood. And he said, would you mind holding me up? I've had a little too much wine. And I tried to hold him up, and my high heel caught in the broken sidewalk. And I went down, and Rappaport the tipsy was fine.
And I broke my ankle at Angkor Wat. I broke my ankle at Angkor Wat in Cambodia, so now we call it Ankle Wat.
You have to be ready for your new show coming to Broadway, Busker Alley. Right?
Yes, and that's what we're working on. You're going to hear some of it tonight, Barry, which is quite wonderful because it's the Sherman Brothers who did Chitty Chitty Bang Bang and Mary Poppins.
What do you see, you people gazing at me? You see a doll on a music box that's wound by a key. How can you tell I'm under a spell? I'm waiting for love's first kiss.
Because I was afraid to speak when I was just a lad. Me father gave me nails a tweak, told me I was bad. But then one day I learned a word that saved me aching nose. The biggest word you ever heard, and this is how it goes. Oh, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious, if you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Under little underline, under little underline.
Hi, it's barryz from the barryz Show at the National Arts Club, celebrating a Lifetime Achievement Award to Tony Walton with Michael Musto, who's presenting, right?
I thought it was Tony Bennett. I'm in the wrong place. Sorry. Oh, no, Tony Walton.
I left my heart.
In Murray Hill. No, Tony Walton has 19 Tony nominations. Speaking of Tony.
Did he ever win one?
He won 3 times. I don't know for what, but he did.
All That Jazz?
The original Chicago. No, All That Jazz was a movie, Barry.
He's gonna die.
He did the original Chicago, the original Pippin, you know, all the Fosse stuff. He had to dress all the Fosse hands. He did costumes for some of those.
He did The Wiz. He did The Wiz with Diana Ross.
There's some things you really should not be screaming out loud or mentioning at all.
Get on down the road. Don't you carry nothing that might be alone. Come on, get on down.
Are you still writing for The Voice? Of course you are.
Last I looked, yeah.
How's your book doing?
The book is doing fantastic, and I'm working on a second one. And it's easy. You just get a bunch of old columns with a stapler, and here, put this out, and it sells.
Hi, it's barryz from the barryz Show at the National Arts Club, celebrating an award that Tony Walton's getting tonight, right? A humanitarian award by Tammy Grimes?
I got one.
Did you?
Yes.
What does it mean?
Same award. Well, it's a very honored award that the National Arts Club gives. And I'm so proud that I got it that I still have it right in my coffee table. I haven't put it up in a niche yet.
Was it for Can't Stop the Music?
No. Barry.
Hello, boys.
Sydney, you have arrived here like the Wicked Witch of the West.
And you've turned into Snow White. And here are the 7 dwarves. Sleepy, sneezy, grumpy, and gorgeous.
By the way, I saw your name in the paper the other day. Are you suing the people from Hairspray?
Well, actually, we do have a sort of suit that is going on that basically says I was injured on a stage and I was denied my job back, and so I sort of feel that it is something that needs to be dealt with, because when you're injured on any job, you expect to be able to return to your job.
What happened to you?
I was in the opening number of the show, and I went running forward as the flasher, the part that John Waters played in the movie.
Feeling depressed, Penny? Want to talk about it?
The wheel.
Think of all the white boys in school and how much you'd like to date one.
And suddenly I was tobogganing. I think what I stepped on was a hairpin, and I sort of flew forward and fell and tore the meniscus in my knee. And so we're trying to, what I mainly want is to get my job back.
You're going to be performing at the Metropolitan Room again?
I just got back from San Francisco. I was performing at the Plush Room.
Wow.
For 2 weeks.
Is he coming back to New York where you belong?
Yes.
I can't wait.
Yes, I am. I'm back here now.
I love your show. Are you going to do anything with Amanda Plummer soon?
I don't know. You
Christopher
never know. You never know.
Have you ever done anything with Chris Plummer and Amanda Plummer?
No. That'd be something.
And I still think you're the Elizabeth Montgomery in the Bewitched series. Can you twiddle your nose or whatever? You just didn't want the role, huh?
No, I didn't. I thought she should have been a more important ghost, that she could change things like traffic jams, and they have such terrible traffic problems out in California as they do here in New York City. But I wanted her to stop wars, and that wasn't exactly what they had in mind. I thought Elizabeth Montgomery was marvelous.
Hi, it's barryz from the barryz Show at the National Arts Club, talking to Jessica Grove, right? Is it an accent grave over the E?
Accent agu.
Just like Egbert Souzé.
Egbert Souse? Why, isn't that an odd name?
It isn't pronounced Souse. Accent grave over the E. Egbert Souzé.
Oh,
Tony Walton is getting a Lifetime Achievement Award tonight.
He is a much-deserved Lifetime Achievement Award, and I'm so thrilled to be a part of this evening.
Are you presenting it to him?
I am not presenting it, although that would be lovely. I am singing a couple of songs from our upcoming show, Busker Alley, which I'm starring in, and Tony is directing and designing the sets and costumes.
He has a way of talking that puts you at your ease. His words are soft and gentle, like whispers on a breeze. His trace is so beguiling, with friendly eyes. Are they kind and wise, or do they disguise deceit and lies?
Hi, it's barryz from the barryz Show, live at the National Arts Club, celebrating the Lifetime Achievement Award to Tony Walton with Jim Dale. Hi, Jim.
How are you?
Did you present the award to Tony tonight?
Were you there?
We were outside.
Oh, you should have been inside. It was absolutely great. No, I didn't present the award. I just introduced people like Mike Nichols, who was just off the wall and unbelievable.
The Mike Nichols.
The Mike Nichols, the only guy I felt comfortable saying, you know, there's nothing you can say about this guy. Just introduce him. And
Sidney Lumet was also in the audience, too.
I was going to say that. Yes, he was out. I mean, 50 Academy Award nominations. 50. I mean, that's off the wall. It's unbelievable. So, and luckily he was there when we did Busker Rally a few months ago with Glenn Close. He was in the audience that night and he loved it. And tonight what we did is gave an excerpt from Busker Rally with 4 songs.
Happy nights are always held in masquerade. Time here to reach your hand, she claimed. You came tonight to Busker Rally. Well, I'm pleased to see. Now then, friends, you're in for a treat. Here's me stage right here on the street. No fancy lights, but then the price is right. Whatever's your pleasure.
This is a show about an old guy. He's about 70 years old, and as people say, he's not, well, let's put it, he's one sandwich short of a picnic. He's not exactly, you know, he's just a little bit dumb, but he's a lovely, lovely fellow, and he falls in love with a 20-year-old girl, and like any old man, he makes a fool of himself. But all comes out in the end, and it's a beautiful story. It's nostalgic, but why shouldn't it be? That's what memories are.
And you and Jessica are lovers in this, right? Are you both buskers?
No, we're not lovers. I fall in love with her. There's a difference. You know, let's be honest. If we were lovers, it would be a dirty old man and an 18-year-old girl. I mean it. You know, so the poor devil just falls in love with her and realizes his mistake later on. He makes a fool of himself like many old men are making fools of themselves.
Both of you are buskers in England in the 1920s.
I teach her how to busk. She joins me and we busk together. But she starts off as a street urchin, you know, who's stealing money. And later on she becomes part of the team.
What is a busker?
A busker, what is a busker? That's a guy who stands outside theatres in England, or used to do in the old days, entertaining the crowds just for a few pennies, then going on to another theatre. And then his place will be taken by another busker who perhaps spoke poetry. Another guy comes on a skateboard and does tricks. It's happening now in London, Covent Garden. It's full of hundreds of buskers have licenses to entertain the crowds.
Of course, my favorite Jim Dale movie is Pete's Dragon.
Yeah, Doc Terminus.
Dragon whiskers, dragon toes, a dragon tooth, and a dragon nose. Every little piece, we could make 1 million by slicing him, dicing him. Hoagie we could sell, every little shell. There's enough of him to go around. Money, money, money by the pound. Every little piece, I can take a scissor and clip him up, rip him up. Every little part is a work of art. Think of what a dragon heart would bring, wrapped up in a ribbon and a string.
Hi, it's barryz from the barryz Show at the National Arts Club, celebrating a Lifetime Achievement Award to Tony Walton tonight. Wow.
Wow yourself.
How does it feel?
It's great. Well, it's startling, really startling. It's also, as you'll discover, a 50th anniversary of the first production that I designed in New York.
Which was?
Noel Coward's conversation piece. So there's quite a lot of Coward going to be going on tonight. Coward himself supervised that production, And so it was astounding to work with him.
Of course, you were born in England, right?
Yes. So,
Amazing.
Yeah.
A storybook life.
Well, I've had an amazingly enjoyable life with the usual bumps.
And married Mary Poppins herself, Julie Andrews.
We were childhood sweethearts, yes. We came from the same town, yeah.
Are you primarily known as a director, a set designer, or what else?
Well, I am a costume designer as well, and have done, 70-something Broadway shows as a costume designer. But oddly enough, like you, nobody has the faintest idea that I do that as well. But I am actually having the time of my life as a director at the moment. And I'm in the thick of directing an unbelievably impressive group in The Devil's Disciple at the Irish Rep, which will be opening in December.
Plus Busker Alley you're directing.
Busker Alley, yes, but that's a little way off yet. And
now, you were nominated for 19 Tony Awards?
No, I think it's 16. But I only won 3, so if I were a ball player, I'd be tossed right out of the team.
Which did you win for?
Pippin, The House of Blue Leaves, and Guys and Dolls.
Tell me about your Academy Awards. How many do you have of those?
Well, I think I have 5 nominations, but only one for All That Jazz.
We're warming up, so we're warming up with us. NY2LA. Going all the way. Won't you climb on board? You'll ride as smooth as.
The presentation of that award was by Mickey Rooney and Ann Miller, and which was exciting in itself. And as you probably know, you're taken down in an elevator to sort of face the music in the basement. And in the way down in the elevator, Mickey Rooney was pointing up at me and saying, "You got to enjoy this. This is from your peers. There's nothing like it. This is the most extraordinary thing that could ever happen." And I said, "Good luck, Mickey, with your own nomination tonight," which was, I think, for the Black Stallion. He said, "Oh, fuck, I don't give beans about this shit."
You set designed one of my favorite musicals of all time, The Wiz with Diana Ross.
Yeah, well, that was a movie musical, yes, indeed. Set on costumes for that one, yes, yeah.
Did you change the World Trade?
Yes, indeed we did. Heartbreaking, absolutely. I mean, the memory, to see the photos of that or to see that moment in the movie is devastating now. It just takes you apart.
On Broadway, you've done, how many did you say altogether?
Shows? Yes. Oh, good Lord. I have no idea. It's over 100. But
which are you most proudest of?
I vacillate. Musicals, I suppose, Guys and Dolls and Anything Goes. And probably Mike Nichols' production of Uncle Vanya with Julie Christie and George C. Scott.
You're a legend, you know.
Oh, good heavens, no. There are legends all around us tonight, I'm happy to say.
We'll see you next at the Irish Rep, right?
That's right, for The Devil's Disciple. I'm right in the middle of rehearsals for that.
What can I say other than Tony Walton, you deserve this award.
Thank you so very much indeed. Thank you.
Have any inspiring messages for people coming up?
Well, only if there's nothing else you're prepared to do, you'll find you have the time of your life.